Billy could really get under people's skins. George Takei. George was on, and then Billy starts doing George, and you can't tell the difference between George and Billy. And I think it drove George crazy, too.
Billy does a great George Takei voice. And when George was being played by Billy, we could actually have him say anything, because Billy didn't have any problem with it. So it was a great way for us to be able to interact with that very deep voice. And I think there was always like a play on the resonance of his voice and the rumbling of his balls and all of that stuff.
We had George Takei on once through a satellite hookup. He wasn't in the studio. He was coming through an ISDN line. So we had Billy in as George Takei Jr. And Billy would be talking to George in the George voice. And it was just hysterical. George didn't know what to think. He was all confused hearing his voice pretty much coming back at him, not being able to see what was going on.
The great thing about having Billy around was I don't think there was any voice he couldn't do. So your mind could absolutely go anywhere, and he could make it possible.
Howard, we have to hurry up because we need to talk to George Takei.
Is he right on there now?
Yeah, we can talk to him on the satellite.
Oh, he's
good.
on the satellite.
George Takei is... it's Takei, by the way.
No, it's Takei.
Is it?
Rhymes with okay. He'll explain to you how it works.
Yeah, that's all right. I don't want to hear that. How do I get him? Hello?
Hello.
George, my old friend.
Hello. How are you, Howard?
Can you hear me okay?
I hear you fine. I've been listening in on you all this time with all the buzz and beeps and squeaks. What are you doing there?
Hey, by the way, I have George Takei Jr. here. Say hello, George.
Warp Factor 2. Yeah. All those beeps and squeaks.
And who is that?
That is your long-lost brother.
My long-lost brother. You know, in the next Star Trek movie, Star Trek Generations, about the next generation, they've got my daughter working on the helm.
You know what? I
didn't know about her.
Yeah.
Someone just told me.
I'm sick of rice. Yes.
Hey, George, you know, it's funny.
So you're not in the new movie.
No, I'm not. My daughter is.
Hey, George.
Yes.
Stop it, because I'll never get through this interview. Right,
I'm AC Takei.
Right.
AC.
All right, take it easy.
OJ.
All right, stop it. Obviously, somebody with no sense of humor over there. George.
Yes.
Yes.
Well, I'm trying to follow in your footsteps, Howard.
You know, I got to ask you a question first. I know because you
All
wrote
right.
a book. Do you, now you enunciate in real life. I mean, you are the most enunciating guy I know. You enunciate, like you say Howard.
Howard.
Yeah.
Duh.
You are really into enunciating every
Now,
word.
as a kid, did you do that?
Yeah, but on Star Trek, you never did that.
No, because I'm acting.
Oh.
I'm not being me. I'm being Sulu.
No, but I mean, you know,
Zulu.
I mean, it's unusual. I mean, you catch me by surprise when I hear you in real life because
I'm shocked. I thought you were beyond surprise. Haven't you lived and been exposed to everything that's possible?
Yes.
Well, I'm the one that's shocking you, am I?
I'm writing a play.
Oh, I'm delighted to
It's
hear that.
Shatner trying to act his way out of a paper bag.
Well, wait a second,
Now,
George.
son, behave.
George,
behave.
what I love about
You're
your new
on
book.
Howard Stern, and I want you behaving, son.
Yes, Daddy.
Hey, George, you know what I
Yes.
love about your new book?
beg pardon?
You know what I love about your new book?
Yes, what?
I love the fact that you take on this William Shatner. I love it. Finally. I mean, it took you long enough. I am so glad that you came forward. You were the first one to be honest and say, that son of a bitch.
Only thought of himself.
Others have said that. They've never printed that.
Right.
I guess I'm the first one to print that. But you know, I recognize him for what he is. I mean, he's a very talented actor.
No, he isn't. Be honest.
Well, you know, he's got his... some of the things that he did on Star Trek are really remarkable. You have to
Like
give
what?
the man credit for that.
What did he do? Name one thing that was remarkable.
Well,
he made love to a tribble?
In the book, I talk about a couple of scenes where he was very impressive. You know, but the thing is, you have to look at the whole man, and we've spent almost 30 years with him.
He was a rat fink.
We're tired of looking at him.
Yes, we share that with you, and
Yes.
I wrote about it.
Wow, you really came out and you said it finally. Because most people in
We tried to
Hollywood...
get you to say it before.
Didn't we try to get you to say it?
No, you wanted to know about Uhura.
Yes.
We did?
Oh, Howard is very obsessed with Uhura.
Shatner had sex with Uhura, didn't he?
No.
He didn't? No.
So
Shatner...
they kissed.
Oh, they
They
kissed.
had the kiss that reverberated through the American South.
So when you sit there and talk about Shatner, the reason you hate him is because he was ungracious. He was not gracious as an actor. He didn't allow you to be in certain scenes. He wouldn't talk to you at certain points on the set, right?
Well, no, the thing about Bill...
I knew he was a skunk.
He's got this charm
Yes.
that he thinks is going to cover up all the other things that he does to people.
Oh, so he's nice to you while he's cutting your throat.
He's got that smile and that wit, and, at first... everybody gets taken in by that, but over the years, you see through the man, and frankly, I see him as a rather sad kind of guy, who never really outgrew that beginning actor's syndrome of
Right.
Cutting lines and doing everything he can to bring attention to himself. We mature as actors after a while, and we learn.
I love how you say mature.
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 Wait, your son wants to say mature. Go ahead.
Go ahead, boy.
Mature.
Oh, no, but you've got to do it a little bit more crisply than that.
A little bit
mature.
more crispy than that.
Hey, and because you were an Asian actor, did he expect you to serve him and stuff on the set?
Oh, no. There
Any of
was
that?
nothing like that.
I kissed Shatner.
It was just, Bill was very democratic about it.
Right.
He treated
Everyone
everybody
badly.
the same.
He treated everyone badly.
Badly.
Ooh, I love when people talk about other people. I love that. That's their comeuppance. I bet you he's fuming. Oh, if he could get his
Have
hands
you
around
talked to
that.
I've not heard from him yet. I'm looking forward to it.
Oh, yes. Imagine you run into him at a party. Will you do karate on him?
Oh, no,
If he attacks you?
No. No, Bill's Bill, and we've had a modus vivendi for all these years.
Whatever
and
that is.
What is a modus vivendi?
Modus vivendi?
Yes.
Oh, that's a new style that's getting very, very trendy.
Really? Do you ever carry those little Chinese stars on you and throw them at Bill Shatner?
Yeah, hit him
Those
with your
Chinese
nunchucks.
stars.
Yes,
Oh, yes.
yes. Well,
Made
you're
out of
Chinese,
black,
right?
Wrought iron.
Aren't you Chinese?
No, I'm Japanese. Japanese American.
Oh, I see.
Oh, you didn't read the
Interesting.
beginning part of my
Well, no, I skipped right to the Shatner part. Then I'm going to go back and read the Japanese part.
Well, it's actually a Japanese-American story I tell about at the beginning of the story.
And you understand all those little pictures that everyone writes in? The little pictures?
Do you write in those pictures?
You write
Write
little
in those
pictures?
pictures.
Yeah, do you ever see like in the Japanese write those little pictures and they call them...
Oh, you mean the character writing?
Yes, character writing. Do you do any of that?
Well, as a kid, I was sent to a Japanese language school on Saturdays, which I hated.
Do you know martial arts?
I know some martial arts.
Oh,
yes.
really?
Did
So if
you see
Shatner-
that on Star Trek?
Yes. What do you think will happen if you run into Shatner at a party? One of those fancy Hollywood parties. Let's say you just happen to go somewhere.
Bill would, if there are a lot of other people, and particularly the press around, he would come up to me and embrace me and say, "Georgie, how have you been?
Oh, really?
Oh, you look wonderful."
And what will
But
you
it's
do?
all a performance.
And will you pull his wig off and embarrass him? Will you pull it right off?
Well, it's a very expensive piece.
Doesn't he have different wigs for different shows?
Well, you might have noticed that as he matures,
Yes.
his
His hair gets younger.
darker,
Yeah, and he gets more
lusher,
full, yeah.
and more
Like a buffalo.
What is that, George Jr.?
Like a buffalo.
like a buffalo.
Oh, I see. Because I noticed on when he played the cop,
Yes.
he had
Hooker.
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 Hooker
You like
had
that
one
word,
piece.
Hooker.
Hooker had a hairpiece.
When I walk down the street, people recognize me and they say, "Hey, Sulu."
Judge
but
Ego.
when Bill walks down the street, particularly down Sunset Boulevard,
Right.
they call his police character's name, and he turns around together with with about 3 or 4 other ladies. I thought you'd get a kick out of that.
So you
It's
look at
cheap.
the
It's
early-
cheap. What?
If you look at the early TV show, William Shatner has almost no hair.
Right.
That's right. If you
And
look
then-
at the early Star
right.
Trek shows.
And
Right.
then you look at T.J. Hooker, he got very curly hair.
Yeah, he went to a curly look, kind of a mod look.
And
now
have
he
you
has-
seen him in Star Trek 6?
Wow.
I
What's
mean,
that?
it's deep brown
Is that a-
and lush.
Is that a is that a tribble on his head?
I don't think a tribble was ever that lush.
Captain Chia Pet.
He's like, you know what?
Son, behave.
I heard he's going to be in a remake of Rapunzel, William Shatner.
Rapunzel.
Rapunzel.
No, because if I recall, they climbed up Rapunzel's hair, right?
Well,
Yeah.
that's the sequel.
I don't think that's possible with.
William Shatner.
There's a big letdown in this.
Yeah.
Oh yes, it would be a crashing fall.
It'd be like. And the book deals with many of the moments. Do you trash anyone else in the book?
No, actually, I trash Earl Warren. Do you know who that is?
The Chief Justice of the United States.
That's
How
right.
did he get into your book?
He was Attorney General of California when the Second World War broke out. And he was one of those people that spearheaded the effort to get us all behind barbed wire.
Were you behind barbed wire?
I grew up, my boyhood was spent behind barbed wire with guard towers right here in America.
Oh, you're still uptight about that?
No.
Well,
he's
you know,
so
I was a
upset.
child then.
Hey, come on!
and
What'd you expect us to do? We were at war with Japan. We didn't know who was the enemy.
Yeah,
Sure,
but
sure,
we
Sulu was
weren't
gonna tuck us in.
Japanese. We were American.
Well, now you're saying you're
That's
American.
the thing
Now
that-
you're all of a sudden American. War breaks
Well,
out.
I mean, we had German Americans.
I got news for you. I still don't trust you. I
We
still
were
don't
at
trust
war
you.
with Italy. Well, we
That's
don't
true.
trust you either, Howard, but we don't put you behind barbed wires, do we?
Maybe you should.
I think so.
No, you know what I'm saying. We were at war with the Japanese.
But do
we
you
got.
understand what he's saying? We were
Yes,
also
but
at
we
war
were
with Germany.
Americans. See, that's the difference.
No.
And the
People
Germans
couldn't
weren't
tell
interned.
that distinction between American citizens.
So what are we supposed to do?
And we still can't.
Well,
you know
and
that?
the other thing is,
It was easy to identify you.
we're a country of due process. When you
Yeah.
are arrested, Howard, you're going to demand to know why you're arrested, and then you're
Not
going
me,
to demand a trial.
Yes.
We had
No, no.
charges,
See, Sulu-
no trial.
Hey, tell it
They
to
just
OJ. Don't tell it
swooped
to me.
down on us with
Right.
guns and carted us off.
you
we
got
were
American.
trying to send you to camp.
Yeah, George, you gotta think of it as a fun place, not as a bad place. It was comfortable. There was nice food.
Read the book, and you'll see that I thought it was. I was too young to really understand it, and
Yeah.
for me, it was fun.
Yeah, you get to
But
meet other
that's
Japanese.
Not the true picture.
I see. Well, let me tell you something. It sounds like a very in-depth book.
Did you get
It
any
is.
money?
It is indeed. And I take. Did
you get
Earl
reparations?
Warren to task as much as I take Bill Shatner.
Who has a worse toupee, Earl Warren or Bill Shatner?
Well, Earl Warren had a very lush white hair.
Yes.
Head of hair, and I suspect that his probably was.
So you liked the Japanese camp. So did you get any reparations?
We got it in 1988.
How much
My
did you get?
father in our family was the one that suffered the most, and he had passed on by that time. He passed on in 79, so it was a very tardy restitution.
But how much did you get?
Yeah, how much did you get?
We got $20,000.
Oh, well, that's worth it. You went to camp, and you had and listen, at the
Well,
camp,
I'll
it was
tell
nice.
you-
It was safe. There were
You
no
know what I
black
did
people,
with my
right? Nobody.
$20,000?
What'd you do?
I gave it to the Japanese American National Museum because that's
What'd you do
where I
that
thought
for?
it,
Should have sent it over here.
to who? You?
Yes, of course.
What would you have done
We
with it?
suffered too.
Yeah, we suffer every day, getting up at 4 in the morning.
Oh, well, I get up with you. Here
baby.
I am.
So, George,
Yes.
so you went to camp as a kid,
Yes.
and that was fun,
For me, it was. I was, you remember, 4 years old.
right? And then you went ahead and you beat the odds, and you became a great actor. You got on
Well,
Star
I don't
Trek.
know about the adjective, but yes, I became an actor.
All right, you became an actor. And then you got on finally a TV show. It was very hard for Japanese Americans to get on TV.
That's right. And look, since there's hardly been any.
Did you audition for Kung Fu?
As a matter of fact, I'm going to be coming at you again in a guest role in Kung Fu with David Carradine.
Is that
Excellent.
right?
Yeah,
Just
that's.
did one about 4 weeks ago.
Do you throw those little Chinese stars?
No, as a matter of
Too bad.
fact, I play the colonel of the Chinese army that stopped that tank that lone man stood up to in Tiananmen Square. My character gave the order to that tank driver to stop.
Oh, so your character is brave. Who knows about the real man, George Takei?
Well, I'm an actor. I'm
So-
a coward.
And what about, is there a Bonanza remake with you as Hop Sing in the works? Someone told me about that. There's a rumor of that.
Well, I haven't heard that one yet. No, and I don't think I'd take that role.
Wait a second, your son wants to say
Worry
something.
not.
Yes, he's in a new cop show.
Who
T.J. Sulu.
TJ Sulu. No, I heard in the new Bonanza you are Hop Sing and Oprah plays Haas.
Oprah plays Hops. And who
Hops.
plays Pa?
Pa? Edgar, Joan Rivers' ex-husband.
I think you should play Hoss.
Who, Edgar?
No, you.
Oh. I like you. Where are you son of a bitch? What are you on a satellite for? I wish you were here. I'd get my hands on you. We'd have some real fun.
Well, you seem to have an obsession for people's
I
hair.
need to take a tricorder reading of your hair.
Of whose hair?
My hair.
Yes, I would be very interested to see those readings.
Anyway, he's unbelievable, isn't he? I love that voice. Every word is perfectly pronounced.
So are you finished with Star Trek?
Oh, I think so after this book. I think
no,
so.
as a matter of fact, Simon & Schuster has picked up the cue on that. I'm doing a series of Captain Sulu adventures on audio cassette, audio drama.
No, what I'm saying is you can't be on the set anymore with William Shatner. I mean, Star Trek is over for you.
Why not?
He's not going to allow you.
We've been working like this together for almost 30 years
Yeah, but now you made it public.
Well, yes, and
Yeah.
others have been even more vocal on the set than I have.
Really? Does
Who
Leonard?
else doesn't like him?
Yeah, Leonard
Jimmy
Nimoy.
Doohan goes ballistics.
Does Leonard Nimoy hate William Shatner?
Leonard is a gentleman, which I obviously am not.
And what about Uhura? Does she hate Shatner?
Oh, she's going to be quite public on it pretty soon.
Oh, really?
She's
You wait.
also writing.
Couple
Boy,
of months.
everyone's
Couple of months
writing a
and you'll be
book on
hearing
how much
from
they
me.
hate Shatner. It's
You're
great.
saying Scotty really hates William Shatner.
Oh, yeah, he was angry for a reason.
Oh, he would rave on.
Really?
Oh.
What would
that
he do?
Bastard. I'll never let him do that to me again. That bastard.
You mean he would actually take away scenes from you guys?
What do you mean, take away? I mean, the word is steal.
Wow, unbelievable. What is it, Baba Bohai?
There's a woman on the phone very angry with George Takei.
Why?
He's just jealous of William Shatner.
Uh-oh. George, you put her in her place. Now, come on, let's get her on here, and let's see what she has to
Now,
say.
is it
All
Takei
right.
or Takei?
It's Takei.
Okay.
It's
But,
Takei.
if you know what the word Takei means, I'd be happy to accommodate you. Takei translates into English as expensive.
Oh.
So I'd be happy to introduce you to my agent if you want to call me Takei. But I am Takei, which doesn't mean cheap either.
Ma'am, what is your problem with George
He
Takei?
is just jealous of William Shatner. Everybody loves William Shatner. No one is going to buy that book.
Oh, everyone is going to buy it. I'm going to buy it.
Who is this? Howard?
Yeah, now, you talk to George. Tell her off.
Howard, I bought
You just
your
hate
book.
Japanese people. That's your racist.
Howard, I bought your book, but I'm not going to buy his book.
You better buy it.
I've had a crush on William Shatner since I'm 7 years old.
Oh, you like guys with bad toupees?
That's right, I do. And nobody,
Hey, George, tell her off.
no one's going to buy your book.
Where's
You're just
George?
a jealous,
Oh, no,
bitter
that's
person.
all right. This is a democracy, and if she wants sight unseen
Yes.
to love somebody, that's
You're
all
just
right.
jealous
But,
that you've always
we've
had a
been
bit
with him
part
for
in it.
30
You've never
years,
gotten beyond
and she's...
And William Shatner has gone on to have a wonderful career, and you're jealous.
Okay, that's fine.
And everybody's going to think that way, and your book is not going to sell.
Oh, no, you won't buy it.
And a lot of people
But
I
there
know
are a
won't buy
lot
it.
of people that are going to be buying it.
Now, there are a lot of William Shatner fans who will not buy your book.
Well, that's fine, too, because they're entitled.
And you're looking,
That's what
and you're
America
making
is
yourself
all
look very
about.
bad. You look very bad. You look like a bitter person.
Oh, my.
Well, you do.
He doesn't seem to care, lady. Thank you. All right, thank you for the call.
Stupid bitch. Lady, my father has more talent in his chopsticks.
Well, obviously a racist on the
Pop
phone.
used to have a cardboard Shatner and urinate on it.
Oh,
That's-
dear.
that's George
Behave,
Takei.
son, behave. You're on the air.
That's George Takei's son.
Tell her to go commit Harry Kiri.
So, George, I believe a lot of people will buy the book, despite what that woman said. Controversy always works.
Everybody always wants to know what went on behind the scenes of Star Trek.
Yes.
But, that's only about a half of the book. The other part is my beginning part, and it's not just about the internment camp, but our return, which is another, untold story of the Japanese returning to their homes on the West Coast or elsewhere.
Now,
Well,
had you lost all your businesses and everything at that point?
We had to leave, and, there was...
Wow.
That's
we
no big
could
deal.
take just
I
so
tell you,
much.
this country.
It's not that bad. They got $20,000. Hey, anyway, George,
Yes.
I'm glad you survived all of that, and I'm glad that you came on our show today to trash William Shatner. I love that. I can't stand the guy myself.
Well, I enjoyed chatting with you. You always have a lively discussion on the air.
And that's what I love about you, my friend. My deep-voiced, enunciating friend. Farewell, my friend.
Thank you very much.
The great George Takei.
Live long and prosper.
Live long and prosper, my friend. And remember, Stitch in Time saves 9. Thank you.
Thanks a lot.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Good talking with you.
Good talking with you. I'll see you later.
Later.
Thank you. The great George Takei. There he goes.
You weren't quite crisp enough.
He
with
said
that
I
tea.
didn't enunciate. Captain.
Yes. To the stars.
Hey, there's George's son, George Takei
George's
Jr.
son is still with
I
us.
would love to give Shatner a vasectomy with a samurai sword. When I talk, my balls rattle.
I bet they do. Rattle. Yeah.
That was so funny when he said he didn't enunciate a Sulu because that's what he's acting.
Yeah. What are you doing now?
Yes. I heard they land the Enterprise on Bill's head.
He was pretty angry at William
Oh,
Shatner.
yeah. Not a lot of nice things to say.
No, not very gracious. Pretty wild. Imagine him snoring, George Takei. Rattle the house.
Yeah, the roof would come off.
Beam me up some sake, Scotty, and 2 geishas.
What a voice, huh? Doesn't it get, like, it gets intense after a while?
Warp Factor 2.
I don't know how you could sit around talking to him.
No, it's very
Having
difficult.
a serious conversation?
I know. Warp Factor 2. Okay.
We'll all enunciate.
You're not crisp enough.
Crisp.
Crisp enunciation. Nah.
It would take a Japanese guy to, like, be the best at the language. Our language.
Yeah.
I was in the internment camp.
George Jr., why don't you lead us into commercial?
We'll be back after this.
Now we're back with William Shatner. He's been a good sport to sit through 17 hours of commercials. And he's here, and he has written a book. He's very proud of it.
Now, this is a Star Trek book. This is not
Well,
Tech
it's a
Wars.
Star Trek novel, fiction.
Well, what do you have to do to get the rights to write one of these books? Do you have to, like...
Yeah, well, the Simon & Schuster asked me to write it.
Yeah.
It's one of 3. There's a trilogy being fashioned, and
You writing all 3?
yeah. Well,
What do you do all day? You write all day? I mean, what's going on?
I'm in the middle of a
Wow.
fervent.
How long does it take you to knock out a
creative-
book like this?
Well, that took 3-4 months. I'm working with Gar and Judy Reese-Stevens.
Yeah.
Last week we sat down, had a 2-hour lunch, and I had a good idea of what the third novel will be, because the second novel's already fleshed out, and we're writing that. And the third novel, in about 2 hours, I laid the cornerstones for it. And
No kidding.
That kind of thing takes place between us. That
You're
creative
prolific,
energy.
aren't you? Look at you.
And not only that, I'm creative.
You're so damn proud of yourself. I don't blame you. Look at that. It's called, it's a real book. Look at that. Ashes of Eden. And it's an original story by William Shatner.
And Captain Kirk gets older.
And is Nimoy in it?
Everybody's
Spock?
in it.
Spock
in
has
a-
to be there, of
in a
course.
rather
Yeah.
unique.
You didn't write anybody out because of the things they've been saying about you.
Did you write out that Chinaman? What's his name? What the hell's that guy's name? The one who was bad-mouthing William Shatner.
On the contrary, we love
Really?
him to death.
George
We hold
Takei?
him.
George
take him-
Takei. Captain. Right, Mr. Takei?
George Takei.
Right, yeah. Captain.
Well, we hold them in our arms.
What was your
George.
problem with William Shatner again? I forget.
Oh, how are you, Bill? Now,
Marvelous.
are you the nice Bill Shatner who knows me, or the one who won't talk to me?
Oh, very good. But the point is, you didn't want to write out Sulu. Sulu has not been complimentary to you. We had that out on the air.
The guys are terrific.
You would have them all. You don't care. You don't hold a
Oh,
grudge.
yes, he's so busy with his books and his movies.
And what are you doing? You're talking about
and his
Japanese.
Rescue 911. Why don't you rescue my career? Oh, my. Yeah.
Yes, George. Well, why don't you mellow out over there? Okay.
Bill, you couldn't write a fortune cookie.
You're so jealous of William Shatner,
Oh,
aren't
I
you?
am not.
You
no.
are jealous.
No.
All right.
I'm going to
No.
get Mr. Scott to beam your assets to my house in California.
Yeah, right. Good. All right. Very good.
Now he's not. Lieutenant Uhura is still in there.
Everybody's in
All
there.
right.
Yeah.
Everybody interacts, and in a different fashion. It's a sensual, erotic novel.
It is.
Quite
Oh
different.
yeah, they're all making love on the set.
No,
on
everybody's-
You get some of that alien vag? What? I mean, really, what do you get? I mean, do you get some of that?
The aliens have that?
Is this R-rated? Would you say this is R-rated? This
It's
book?
not R-rated, but it certainly isn't.
There is
PG.
sex scenes.
Yeah.
You always were a horny bastard.
Who does Mr. Spock get?
Who does Mr. Spock
doctor.
get?
Mr. Spock gets Captain Kirk.
Well, no. Yeah, that's a book I got to read. Is that right? The two of you finally get it
That was
on.
number 3.
You two are obviously in love.
It's a bestseller for a variety of reasons.
And Mr. Sulu, you, of course, are by yourself.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So,
Put the tissues down, Mr.
right.
Sulu.
Yeah, Mr. Sulu.
Oh, my.
Now, you get, obviously, you are a man who cannot walk down the street because you know how rabid these fans are, these Star Trek fans. They
Pretty
love
ra-
you. They
pretty
love
rabid,
you. They
pretty
really do. I mean, it's unbelievable, is it not?
Yeah, it's good.
I'll tell you how unbelievable it is. Ralph, who is the makeup artist
Oh,
on the
he's a
show,
mess. Yes.
says, could I take a picture with William Shatner? And I said, no. I said, look, I don't. If I have guests who come here who got to sit and put up with Ralph, he says, "Oh, please, it's my dream
It'll
to get
keep
a picture
people away.
with William Shatner because he watches Star Trek like a mental patient."
And he
I mean,
has
over
all
and
that
over again.
stuff. You know, he has one
I
of
gotta-
those
I gotta keep Ralph warmed up.
transporters and all that
Are
stuff.
you serious?
Oh, he's ridiculous.
Is that how he puts on the makeup?
Yeah, he actually carries one of those stupid transporters. But, you know, what do you call it? One of the communication devices.
but on his, it
look
works.
at him. Look at him. Look at him. He wants to take a picture.
This is what you spawn.
Oh, man.
With the shades on. And
He looks like an alien, doesn't he? What happened is he saw a ghost and his hair went gray. What is it?
I said
I'm sorry, what was that?
I said a picture or asked him if he could sign something, you know.
Yeah, well,
something
don't
like
bug
that.
the guy, all right? You're a pain in the ass.
No, you're not.
Yeah, no, you're not going to have anything
He's your
signed.
boss, I understand, and I'm just a guest. But for the moment, you're not a pain in the
You
ass.
look like a Klingon. Get out of here. Look at you.
I also like Tech War.
Yeah, you know, Ralph calls me the other night. He goes, quick, tape Tech War. Tape it. It's a good one. It's a really good one. Which was the one you wanted me to tape? What was going on?
What was it? His partner got killed. Greg Evigan.
Yeah.
His partner got shot. You weren't in that one, but
Yeah.
it was good.
Yeah, and what was so good about it? Because it had all that high-tech gear,
Yeah,
right?
they really
It
it's
had
a-
some heart.
Yeah, and it's also it's a good view of the future. It's like you can believe it.
There's a Tech War CD-ROM game coming out in Christmas time, and you'll,
Yeah, Ralph.
He was thinking of you
Can
when
you
he
buy
got
Buy me a
it, Ralph.
computer because I don't have one.
Yeah, right.
I'll buy you a computer.
Yeah, maybe he'll adopt you,
You know,
mental
he is a
case.
pain in the ass,
Isn't he? Look at him. He just dyed his hair, and it used to be brown. You know, it used to be like a normal
was in
color.
honor
looks
of,
great.
He looks
Captain
great.
Kirk.
He looks like an alien. He looks like a
right.
Klingon.
We can use you somewhere.
You're used to aliens.
Tell Mr. Shatner how you let priests rape you. Go ahead. This guy was raped by a priest.
Oh,
Yeah.
We're on to new heights.
no, I wasn't raped. I was,
Yeah, did you spend the night with a priest or not?
I was
He
propositioned.
gave his consent.
No, I'm not kidding. He was being counseled when he was young. He had no father or something. His father ran out, and you can see why.
Well, he was useless. But
Right,
he was,
yeah.
right.
And then, well, his father didn't run out. They kicked him out. I don't know what the story was. So he goes to the priest, and next thing you know, the priest is showing him dirty pictures, and he gets naked in front of the priest.
I didn't get naked.
You were too. You undressed in front of him.
You know, it sounds like the ashes of Eden.
Is that right?
All right, get out of here, please. Not in front of Mr. Shatner. That's your problem.
But when you get an autograph, Ralph, get 2, please.
Yeah. Oh, you want one also?
I have somebody soliciting me to
Oh,
get
no,
an
no,
autograph.
no autographs.
it's not for an
please.
autograph,
No autographs.
Robin.
So listen to me. Tell me the kind of life you have. Just fill me in real quick because this is what
Look,
I'm interested in. Tell me what's going on.
All right, I flew in to New York.
No,
from,
just skip that.
Kentucky.
Skip the nonsense.
The-
You're completely.
You don't want to hear about the horses.
No, no.
Since
You don't
last
want to
we
hear
saw
about the
you.
CD-ROM.
You're not into horses, are you?
Yeah.
Oh,
Look
no.
at Christopher
You're not
Reeve.
riding them.
For God's
Of course,
sake. You ride horses?
I'm competing right now.
Are you
And
in-
steeplechase?
No, kind of a dressage. You wouldn't.
Are you crazy?
horses And oh no.
You want to end up in the hospital?
Listen,
Do
this
you understand that a horse is an animal?
You understand
No.
that if you have fear, you gotten old.
You saying Chris Reeve has fear?
Chris Reeve had
No,
fear.
he didn't have
He had
did
fear.
have fear.
Do you think that's what did him
He
in?
had fear. He said he said before he had the accident, it's the most dangerous thing I do.
Right.
It isn't really, but he was jumping.
Yes.
And he was learning how to jump.
Oh, he was just a beginner.
Yeah, he was really a fairly
New at
new
it?
at it.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
And he
Is
had
that correct? I thought that this guy had been doing it his whole life.
Why was he in a competition if he was so new?
Well, because at a certain point you've got to go for it.
Really?
And this novel is about getting old.
Yeah.
And not wanting to get old.
Right.
If you
It's
have
in your head.
fear, it's
Right.
in your head. You've got to cast out the fear and the doubt.
So in other words, when I'm riding my bike and my ankle hurts, ignore it.
Ignore it.
Right.
Deny everything.
Right. Deny it.
Deny it. Well, like
Because-
O.J. Simpson or anything.
Just deny it. Go into denial.
Deny. Go into denial.
Now let me ask you this: I'm afraid of Fred, that guy over there who I work with.
Don't be afraid.
Don't
of
be
Fred.
afraid. Just deal
If
with
you're
it.
afraid of Fred, you're old.
All right, but this is a good point. You're saying
Is that what you're saying?
So you're into this you're into this ridiculous horse thing.
No, not ridiculous.
Dressage.
You realize that a horse has a thin little ankle. You start
Yes.
jumping and moving around with it.
Yes.
It can revolt.
Yeah, revolt.
It will revolt.
It could revolt.
Right. And what do you do when it revolts?
You get off.
Do you wear a helmet?
Time to leave the revolution.
Do you wear a helmet?
No, I don't.
You don't?
No. But Christopher Reeves did.
Yes.
And
So you're saying the helmet did it? What are you saying?
What was the good?
Yeah, right. What good will it do you?
But it was a freak accident, Chris's.
And you wear the whole outfit with the big boots and the...
Well, you got to.
I got to see that.
Well, I've got film.
No
film
kidding.
at 11. But I'm in competition this evening.
And you're not afraid at all?
You're basically showing off the horse.
That's exactly right.
All right, he's
The
not
horse-
jumping.
No, although I have jumped.
You have?
But wait a
And
second.
my trainer said, "Stop jumping because
After
you,
Christopher
'cause you
Reeve.
could- No,
No.
because you could get hurt. I was doing 4 feet. Chris was doing 2.5, 3.5 feet.
Baby jumps.
It's easier. It's hunter hack. It's called.
Yeah.
And it should be for form, not height.
Right.
And he had something terrible. The nightmare of all people with horses happened to him.
So when you do it now, you in the back of your mind, you're not thinking about Christopher Reeve?
I get on and I think of
He
Christopher
doesn't
Reeves, and
jump,
I have to.
though.
Are you saying the captain of the Star Trek is stronger than Superman himself?
Wow.
In a way?
Here's an interesting
I had to
question.
cast
Because you
out
had to
fear.
use your mind,
You had
and
to-
he only used brute strength.
No.
But that was always the beauty of Captain Kirk. He
always
outthought
he
his
almost got
enemy.
Sandy to make out with me. If you had done that, you would have been the greatest captain of all.
If you'd have gone with it, she would have done it.
Really?
Yeah, really.
Yeah. Blame it on me.
She was being moved.
Right.
By extension, you.
Yeah, I'd like to hang out with you. So wait a second. So you're doing this horse thing and everything.
Horse
Forget the
thing,
horse thing.
CD-ROM games,
Is that where you meet the girls?
Man of War.
Do you meet the
becoming
girls at the horse thing?
a lot of girls.
Have you dated horse girls?
No, you
Horsey
can't. You
girls.
never know what those girls are going to do.
Are they hot? These horse girls?
Well,
They've got to be
like
rich.
to ride, and
Yeah.
they've got a crop.
And they got tight asses. Let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
All right. And now you're free and clear, right? The divorce
Free and
is
clear.
over.
Everything's
messy
clear.
divorce,
Messy,
money
terrible.
right out the window.
Terrible.
What happened?
Did you give up 50%?
What happened?
You
Yeah.
gave up 50%, right?
Yeah, there's
Oh,
50%.
Jesus. Wait, hold it. Stop. I got to
There's got to be a moment of silence.
I'm going to guess you're worth,
You're wrong.
conservatively,
Nah, you haven't got it.
$40 to $50 million.
Don't be
And you gave away $25 million.
Don't be ridiculous.
You gave away $25 million of
Don't
assets.
Be ridiculous.
No way?
No.
What, do you got an offshore account? Smart.
But I have to
You're
swim.
stockpiling,
I have
aren't
to
you?
swim to my offshore.
You are smart. A lot of guys are doing that. Get the offshore account. Your wife
Listen,
can't get
you
those
pay the
assets.
taxes. You do everything right. You have nothing to worry
No,
about.
you're a smart guy. You probably had a prenup, right?
You do everything right. And you have nothing to worry about.
Right.
I got to
You
know
start doing
what
things wrong.
happened.
You know why he's writing
If
three of
I
these
knew
books?
what happened, it wouldn't have happened.
You know why he's writing three of these Ashes of Eden books?
Why?
Because
To make up for what he lost?
of course he's got to give up a third.
The Ashes of Eden is a great novel.
Is it great?
It's for me.
I like
it
to
was
see a new
it was
Star Trek.
terrific
I would
novel.
like to read a Star Trek book.
Read that novel, you'll enjoy it.
Yeah, I'll
I
read it.
promise you.
I'll read it.
Yeah, because I was kind of broken up the last movie. Captain Kirk died.
Well, this trilogy of novels suggests other avenues, other possibilities.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
To me,
so-
time is a continuum.
Well,
Super.
Folded back on itself.
Did it fold back on
It's
itself?
still there.
Let's ask Sandy.
Yeah. Where's Sandy when you need a time question? She's a very smart girl. So let me get this straight now. What is? Forget the horse. I'm sure that's fun and everything, but the dating must be incredible. How what do you do? Do you ever
It's
walk
very
into a bar?
difficult.
No,
It's-
hold it a second. Do you ever walk into a bar? You know, not a bar, not like a low class bar, a restaurant, and the ladies just come up to you and go, "Oh, Bill."
But you don't know what's happening. Suspicion and
You think they want you for your
you
money?
never know.
Yeah, but what do you care?
Well, you do.
As long as you get them.
You're not marrying these girls. You're just having dinner.
Yeah, you're not gonna. You would never get married again, would you? Would you ever get married again? No.
It's very difficult to conceive.
Yeah, right. Yeah, it's
right
enough.
about now.
Yeah, you've been through the ringer.
I'm still bleeding.
You know what? The next book you write, when you make the sequel to this book, because
Yeah.
this will be a hit, of course.
It's called The Fires of Olympus.
Yeah, never mind that. In that book,
What do you mean, never mind that? That's
listen
the
to
name
me.
of the book.
The captain.
Fires of Olympus.
Can I
is the
give you a
next book.
plot? The captain beams his ex-wife to Pluto. Gets rid of her, no alimony, nothing.
That's
It's clean.
divorce.
This is it.
You got to beam them to Pluto before they become.
All right, when you date, give me an age range. 17 to 35. Is that fair for the girls? 17 to 35.
You don't too, Captain.
Thank you, Mr. Takei. Yes.
17 is a little shady.
You would never date a 17-year-old?
Oh, that's a little risky.
Let's say she was really mature, she was hot, and she,
Really
you know,
mature.
I mean, her parents gave her okay.
If you said, let's go to Jersey, is that across the state line?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's...
No, but these are young girls,
no,
right?
These are very difficult times.
Super. Yes. What is that, Sulu? Who are you dating?
Photon torpedoes.
Yeah. See, now you like the captain.
If his wiener could talk, it would write 5 trilogies.
Let me tell you
I'm
something.
trying to get the thought from there to there.
You know, Sulu, you blame
yeah.
Sulu, you blame Mr. Shatner because you never were created more as a character. They never brought your character out. But you were just a guy who worked the spaceship. He was a guy.
But I don't understand why everyone idolizes him. I'd rather have Ebola virus than work with you again.
But wait a minute, Howard. The funniest thing about the George Takei argument was that he didn't get his own ship.
Yeah, he wanted his own ship. Bill Shatner kept it from his ship. Do you still hold that against Mr. Shatner?
He's very small in the pants, and it frustrates him.
Well, you don't know anything about it.
It's the tight costume.
Yeah.
It's
Right. Oh, my.
So when you get a girl in the sack, which probably doesn't take much energy because you could just get her in there because of who you are.
You just lie there.
And when you're naked and stuff, I mean, do the girls like,
Just lie there.
You just lie there. You don't have to really move around.
You're the captain.
Man, you must be having the time of your life.
Sit back.
You're the captain. Right. It's time for you to mellow out.
Right.
Yeah.
All right, my dear. You know.
What a life. No. You've had threesomes, right? Be honest.
George,
2 girls and 1 guy.
Me and
yeah, come on.
and Leonard.
You've had it all. Have you not? Have you experienced it all? I mean, someone of your fame does not miss a trick.
I don't even know what threesomes are.
Oh.
Well, you know what I hope doesn't happen to him? I hope his wife is happily taken care of and will go on and won't join that group ladies.
Yeah, do you know about that?
Those life is
They go on TV and they badmouth you.
Sane after divorce or something like that.
In fact, I know somebody whose wife is.
We both do. Yeah.
Who's that?
Leonard Nimoy's.
Oh yeah, right. Leonard Nimoy's wife's big in that. She lucky him. Guy got a divorce, gave her half his money, did the whole thing, and now she goes on TV.
But she is devastated.
I'm the real Mrs. Nimoy.
Let me tell you, Leonard is one of the great guys of this world.
Ask her.
Maybe you shouldn't, but ask me.
Right.
I'm telling you.
He's a good man.
He's a great guy.
Yeah.
And he's happily married.
Yeah, thank you. Right. Yeah. Do you like Mr. Spock?
Bill loves threesomes. The girl, him, and his big fat ego. I've seen Bill with pigs that would scare Stevie Wonder.
Oh, stop it.
You are so jealous. You are so jealous of Mr. Shatner. You
feed off each other.
You are so jealous of Mr. Shatner. It's not even funny.
Oh, my.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah.
All right. Something wrong with you. All right.
Yeah.
Listen, he's jealous. And why not? He should be jealous.
I think he's jealous of you.
Evidently. No, but he should be jealous. Obviously, you've had all the success. You get to write the Star Trek books. You get to direct the films. And you get to do Tech Wars and everything else. And you did that through hard work. No one can say you didn't.
I'm glad you said that.
Yeah, why not? I'll stick up for you. Listen, I'm into it. The book is called Star Trek, The Ashes of Eden. And what this is, for any Star Trek fan, and I know there are many out there, this will take you into new worlds, new adventures.
You have the old crew back again.
You've been waiting for this, obviously. Now's your chance to buy it in the stores. And then this is part of a trilogy, so that you will eventually
this is
experience.
just the first of 3.
Yeah, you have some fun reading the book. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Let's ask Sandy what a trilogy is.
There you go.
You ask her. I want to thank you again for stopping in and visiting with us.
It was a pleasure as usual.
You had fun.
I really was.
Oh, good. Okay, good. I didn't think you'd be back again. You never know. Most people leave and never come back.
We were going to talk about what kind of a father he is. You admitted that you're career-driven and you don't pay much attention
So
to
is
your
William
family.
Shatner.
I would imagine he
we'll
was.
do
You
that
don't get
next
this
time.
kind of success without ignoring people.
No. Is that true, Bill? Were you really a good father?
I was.
You were?
Really?
Oh, yeah.
So your kids won't be on the psychiatrist's couch screaming about you?
3 beautiful and intelligent and talented daughters.
Yeah.
Is that right? Oh, so they dig you and everything through everything.
And they know you.
Right.
They do.
Yeah, I'm going to get to know my kids very soon.
All right.
They're young. They're not into
Well, then take advice from
Put
him.
him in your movie.
Yeah, sure. That'll be good. They keep
That way
bugging me.
you get to see him at work.
My kids keep bugging me to be in a movie. You know, they want to be like, well, why can't we be in the movie?
Well,
Do
why can't they
you
be?
have kids in the movie?
Well, there'll be kids playing my kids. I don't want
I
my
didn't
kids
know
in
whether
the
the
movie.
kids were in the movie.
No, let me tell you. On the 18th.
Would you put your kids in a Star Trek movie?
Listen to me.
Go
On
ahead.
the 18th Tech War, the last Tech War of this season.
Yeah.
One daughter, Elizabeth, wrote it.
Yeah.
One daughter, Melanie, is acting in it.
Oh, really?
I've directed it and acted in it. And we had an epiphany. We had a moment between daughters and father. My third daughter was back at home and wasn't in it.
So you have three
Leslie-
girls, too. How old is three
I got
They
three
all
daughters.
look like me.
Oh, stop it.
You're saying you're the father of William Shatner's children?
Aren't you going to tell them, Bill?
Slowly I turned.
Right.
Adopt me,
I
you
had a
bastard. Adopt me.
All right, take it easy.
I had a great time.
You did. It was good.
Greatest and worth a lifetime of anything else.
Right. So you can put. So in the early years, you can push them aside, and then when you get older,
The early
that's my
years-
I
plan.
don't think that's what he said.
No, I'm saying
I think that's what he's saying.
Exactly
I'm
the
reading between the
opposite.
lines. Understood.
Almost there, Howard.
I got the kids lined up at the shrink's office. No problem.
Chào cả mọi người, và lại là em đây, chuyên mua bán các dòng xe nỗi, các dòng xe đâm đụng ngập nước, nói chung là vân vân. Thì hôm nay em sẽ giới thiệu cho mọi người một chiếc xe Hyundai i10 sản xuất 2018 bản 1.2 số tự động. Xe phiên bản màu trắng và cũng bị thương binh liệt sĩ một chút. Con này thì cũng đã bị bơi lội một chút, đấy, cách đây tầm 5 tháng trước. Nhưng mà nó ở mức độ nhẹ thôi mọi người nhé. Và bây giờ thì em sẽ quay tổng thể chiếc xe cũng như là báo giá cho